YouTube, welcome back, guys. We are here for the final episode at the Bettor's Edge in college hoops conference tournament play. But before we get into tonight's picks and best bets, let's talk about last night very briefly. We had our game of the year 25-star play on the UVA Cavaliers. We talked about it on this show just here yesterday, guys. I put the number at UVA plus 4.5. As far as what my line was. The books were giving us 7.5. I talked about the advantage and value in that type of game between 4.5 and 7.5. And what do you know? The Blue Devils win that game by 4 points, basically on the exact number that I had that game penciled in at. UVA just does way too many things very well. They're long, they rebound the ball well, they play really good defensively, they shoot the three ball well, they defend the interior really well. That dude on the inside breaking huge records as far as most blocks in an ACC tournament of all time. Give him credit. And Duke's missing a couple of players. And we know for Duke and for that program, of course they want to win the ACC tournament. And I'm not even suggesting that they didn't go into that game trying to win. They obviously won. But you know they have their minds set out on cutting down the nets in the big dance. And when you're missing a couple starters and when you're going up against a team like Virginia, that 7.5-point number, in my opinion, was just far too many. That game was nip and tuck the entire way through. If I'm not mistaken, there wasn't one moment in that game where Duke was actually covering the number. So Duke was absolutely, for anybody that was on it, the wrong side last night. Let's get into today's card, guys. There's only one game that I like. We're going to the AAC. We have the championship game there between Wichita State and USF. Right now, South Florida is favored by 6.5 points. This is a little bit similar of a circumstance that we saw yesterday. I don't love this game nearly as much as I loved UVA last night, but it's similar in the sense of two different senses, obviously. Number one, this is the third time these teams are going to be meeting. So these teams know each other well. But more importantly, the way that they match up are eerily similar. Both of these teams are absolutely great on the glass. They give themselves second chance opportunities. South Florida is a top 15 team in the country in offensive rebounding percentage when they miss their shots. Wichita State, on the other hand, is the number 2 ranked team in the country in offensive rebounding percentage when they miss their shots. We've seen these teams, as I mentioned, play twice already this season. They split those previous 2 meetings. Both of those games were relatively close. But in each of those games, we saw Wichita State win the battle on the glass. So while both of these teams are good on the glass, the edge head-to-head has gone Wichita State's way in both games. Ultimately, what this game is going to come down to is how well can Wichita State shoot the ball. While they've won the glass battle in both games, they've also lost, for the most part, the shooting battle in both games, especially 2-point shooting percentage. If Wichita State can keep it relatively close from 2-point shooting percentage, I expect them to win the 3-point line. If they can keep the 2-point shooting percentage relatively close, this game is going to be nip and tuck, and it's going to go down to the wire just like the 2 previous games. I think you can expect enough of an advantage on the glass and from the 3-point line to feel comfortable that if Wichita State does shoot the 2-ball well enough, this game is going to go down to the wire. So with all of that said, give me Wichita State plus 6.5 points in the AAC final to be one of the last teams to punch their ticket as an automatic bid to the big dance. Guys, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got Selection Sunday coming Tonight, we're going to know exactly how the brackets for March Madness are going to pan out. I'll be back here probably tomorrow or Tuesday to give you guys a little bit of an in-depth look to how I'm breaking down my brackets and which team I'm picking to cut down the nets in the big dance. And then we have the tournament starting this week, guys. And I'll be here all tournament long with picks, analysis, and winners for you guys, just like I do each and every other day.